Okay, this is part 5 of The Lover Means, as well as the last time I'm gonna play it, because I'm pretty sure I'm boring everyone who actually watches my videos. I'm gonna play Benedict's Machine after this, though. Strangely, though, you don't feel as empty as you did back in Easton. Almost as if the void was filled. Filled with what, though? Could it be that the book? What? Wait! Your hands quickly check your belt for the book you were once reading. Where did it go? Frantically, you check your pockets for the scraps of paper, hoping to God that you'd find something. I wouldn't be hoping towards this God. Not at all. Nothing. You think about the book. Thinking about the book made your headache worse. Almost as if you read something that you shouldn't have. I'm going to assume everything that was backwards was what we shouldn't have read. Feeling confused, lost, and disoriented, you sit down against a crystal monolith. You start to reflect on what you are able to remember. Your bed. Your mute friend. How life used to be before you went exploring. How did things go so wrong, so fast? Perhaps this is all a dream, and next time you wake up, you'll be in your bed. You'll want to hope so. Or more like I hope so. Figures. Sitting in the pure silence, you look at the cavern walls. Do not speak of them. These carvings fill you with a sense of familiarity. It wasn't as chilling as you thought it would be. Rather, it feels like you've seen them before. Master Xylo. But who knew? It isn't like you could ask anyone about it. Wait, yes I can! You waste no time jumping to your feet and looking at the different halls. Swallowing your apprehensiveness, you take a step through one of them. Entering the god's throne room, you're filled with the same icy feeling you once felt before. There are no clusters of eyes like there were before. That alone makes you anxious. Oh, and the presence of the god that sits in his throne, obviously. Unsure as to why, but simply gazing upon him is enough to fill that hollow void-like feeling in your chest. Timidly, you walk up to him. You simply gaze upon God. I see you have finally come to after your adventure. He seems off. Different. Not a bad different, but not a good different either. Lost in thought, maybe? His tone isn't as cold as you remember. Master, are you alright? He looks at you with those sighing eyes. Something about that stare is less demanding than before. He holds his hand up, silencing your thoughts and anything you were about to say. You wonder why, but you don't ask. You can't say anything, actually, almost as if your vocal cords won't work. After a considerable amount of silence, the deity speaks up. Be silent. Your eyes don't leave him as he lowers his hand. Something about his composure is particularly off. Is there something on his mind? You don't dare say anything. Rather, you just stand there. The ambience in his throne room is nearly deafening. Mortal. Your God has some things to say, and you will listen. Is that understood? You feel a strange sense of disaggregation. I cannot read it all today. What's wrong with me? As you nod in response to his command. You're pretty sure you both sat in silence for what felt like hours. The god finally clears his throat and begins to speak. You stand up, noticing that you're not frozen. There is something that has been on my mind. His voice is quite different from before. He doesn't sound too cold or demanding. Instead, there's a hint of softness in his tone. He groans with irritation, almost as if he doesn't know what to say. For some strange reason, I cannot stop thinking about you, mortal. It is odd. I cannot think straight. My thoughts are always interrupted with your face. The god looks away from you. It is everything. It all feels like it is so much. I do not understand what these emotions are. Admittedly, I do not understand why I feel this way about a mere mortal such as yourself. This is the most he's ever spoken to you. Previously, it was mainly you sucking up to him and trying to, not die. Now, though, it is as if the tables have turned. But he wasn't trying to express feelings for you, was he? That was impossible. He's got something. Corruption, darkness, creepy souls, abominations. He cannot feel love, right? You know a lot more of me. You know a lot more about me than I anticipated. Of course, I make things in my image. You figure out that he can read your mind. You better keep your thoughts to yourself if you want to hear any more of what he had to say. And the thought of feeling love is nauseating, to say the least. Yet it feels like He pauses idly, starting to twiddle his thumbs together. Was he nervous? He looked like it. I do not know how to word this. I think I have some sort of adoration. His voice is soft, almost like a whisper. Perhaps, maybe you can help me understand. His gaze doesn't leave you, but his eyes are lighter, somewhat. You sit down in front of him, wondering what exactly he means. My lord, I don't understand. He clears his throat and looks away from you. I see. I do not know how to explain what it is I am feeling, mortal. It feels like there is a strange feeling in my chest. This annoying machine inside beats faster when I look at you. I cannot seem to get it to stop racing. I mean, even now, with you here, this heart of mine races with a feeling of fondness. Wait, you have a heart? Your brain begins to piece the words together. Are you talking about love? The god seems to lose his voice as he simply stares at you. I did not know I could feel such emotion. Not that well, he's stumbling over his words. You guessed correctly. You thought so, at least. You both stare at one another, his blush deepening in a shade of pink as he quickly averts his gaze. Is he expecting you to say something? If I said this, he was going to kill me. Master, I didn't think you could feel such things. I did not know I could. It feels... Luna Starlight. Something feels... I am scared, Luna Starlight. I hate admitting things like this. So do I. It is not like me. It is not... I am not. I mean, it feels like there is this fluttery feeling inside of me. Especially when I look at you now, and... He keeps tripping over his words. Not to mention his voice is softer, more kind and innocent. Are his eyes getting lighter too? Luna Starlight, I do not like it when I cannot control my own emotions. To say that a perfect god such as myself is afraid. He stops, his claws digging into his hands, as if merely uttering a negative word about himself makes him incredibly perturbed. He closes his eyes. And I'm gonna drink the water. Something. This feeling. You're almost surprised when he opens his eyes back up. Suddenly, your world spins around you, and the tight grip on your brain you previously felt had vanished. With the quick flow of memories returned to you, you tried to look for the god you were speaking to. But wait, am I? I know his voice is higher when he's in this form, supposedly. I'm not sure how to voice him. Wait, am I?
Oh my god. I'm freed! I'm freed!
I can't believe that worked! Is this Xylo? You question if what you're seeing is even real at this point. There was no longer an air of tension and harsh control, but instead the atmosphere was kind, gentle, sort of like the gentle currents of the stream. Master? This feels so free! I feel so many things. Emotions. I've been tainted for so long that I almost forgot how it felt to be. Oh, that's right. Luna Starlight. I have to thank you, don't I? If you didn't make me realize that I can feel such powerful things like love, then I'd still be tainted. Gosh, this feels so wonderful. You stare at the creature that was once a terrifying dark god. You don't know what to think. You feel as free as he does. He can't help but smile. He's so much more beautiful as his true self. His voice, his galaxy-like eyes. And by gods, that smile. You feel compulsive enough to dig through your bag suddenly, earning an eyebrow raised from the god. Are you grabbing a snack? You grab the old wrinkled drawing of the old gods, the bright cyan eyes of god Xylo. looks in awe as you unfold a piece of paper. Oh, that's not a snack. You chuckle at his at his oblivious nature. You could not get enough of his beautiful voice. No, it isn't. You unfold the paper and show it to the gentle deity. I found this on my bed a few days ago, before I met you. I think it's meant for you. The god gasps as he looks at the image. He takes the piece of paper from his hands and stares at it. I think it's supposed to say from your hands, like from my hands. Well, Xylo? And then suddenly, strange cyan liquid leaks from the eyes of the deity as the silent sobs start to grow louder. Master! Oh my gosh, are you okay? The god nods, silencing his crying noise. He looks to you before he looks to the paper again. When you gave me my energy controller, I was reminded of how things changed. Things like myself. My brother gave me the controller so he could help me smile more. I was always so sad. Same, dude, same. I do not know why I am. I exist broken. Broken? No way. You're perfect the way you are. He smiles sadly. You are so kind. The god smiles warmly at you, and you can't help but feel so happy. He was so amazing, so bright, like a bright, bright star. Thank you for giving me this. It reminds me I have a lot to fix. You know that it was forward of you, but you take his hand tenderly. The god looked up to you, his bright cyan eyes glittering. You both stare at each other silently, moving closer and closer together. And then your lips meet gently. They say that when you look at God, you can go crazy. But what happens when your lips touches God's? It wasn't long before you found out. It was only for a few seconds, but it felt like an eternity. It was peaceful, loving, free. It was so truly, so bright, so perfect. Its taste was literally indescribable, like millions of stars, light and creation itself. When you both broke the kiss, your grand light turned away from you. He was blushing terribly red. Are you sure of this? I am a mess. So am I. No, you have to understand. I am trillions eternally older than your birthing parents. I am more complex than you may ever comprehend. You smile at him, never letting go of his hand. Well, I've lived for only a few years compared to you. Do you know what that feels like? Xylo cocked his head before chuckling at your question. No, I suppose I don't. The god holds your hand as he looks at the picture you have given him again. He sighs sadly. I have a lot I must fix, Luna Starlight. I must start by fixing the damage I have done to them, to you, to all that I have touched. Are you saying you will be resetting everything? The god looks away nervously. He was growing silent. If you reset it all, though, will I remember you? Will we ever see each other again, Master? The god squeezes your hand gently, turning towards you. I have not made a promise in a long time, but understand that I must reunite with my family first. I must be with them. I have much to say to them. and it may take time before it will be okay. You feel your insides turn at the idea that you might not be with him as much as you would want. To hear his gentle voice, to understand and learn more about him, to be within his freeing, shy presence. But you also know that he needed this. You're going to revive your brothers in the process, aren't you? Yes, I am. I'm glad. When you're ready, I'll be here for you. I always will. He blushed and smiled more at you. Thank you. I am unworthy of that. The things I have done should not be forgiven lightly. Promise me that you will hold me to that. That you will not allow the damage I have done to be okay. He is asking you to hold him responsible. I will always love you regardless of what you do. You fascinate me. My bright shining star. Did you refer to me as a star? Oh, I'm sorry. Did that upset you? No, it is well. It is just funny. My brothers had referred to me as that a long time ago as well. He takes a deep breath as he finally as he finally lets go of your hand. Being away from his touch suddenly felt so wrong. But you didn't say anything. You wouldn't. I must leave now. He looked saddened at the idea that he needed to do this, but granted you a small smile as he started to walk away. His entire body lighting up. It is so interesting. He was really so much like a light. Was he not? So bright, so quiet and gentle. It was so different from what he was when he was colder, empty, bitter. It was at this moment that a large flash of light brightened through your entire vision, that you realize you can never stop loving the youngest. For how could you not? You lay in your bed, awakened by the sudden clashing of items. Walking back into your room with a Cheez-It box and slippers was a very loud mute. Oh, sorry, Luna Starlight. I didn't mean to wake you up. You groan as you hold your head. You just had the craziest dream. Things about weird animal creatures, a purple cat thing, and I can't remember why, but something about the word cyan eyes made you suddenly ache. Taking your pillow, you cover your face and groan into the pillow. I am never going to let you sleep over here again. You peek from your pillow to watch your mute friend sign in response. Hey, it's not my fault you stack your midnight snacks on top of the shelves I can't reach. Aren't you taller than me? Exactly. I don't even know how you placed my favorite snack on top of that cabinet. So you couldn't get to them. You dork. Yeah, that's just rude. You you suddenly burst out laughing after much small talk about midnight snacks and the need for them. Both you and your friend fall back asleep within the cold apartment. 83 continued to sleep far from your room and on the couch in your living room. As you start drifting back to sleep, you start to feel something grabbing your hand. It was so gentle in its touch. You barely felt it, but as you fell asleep, a presence so familiar and bright held you closer. You couldn't help but hold the shining body. A small part of you wondered why this creature was so familiar, but before you could think about it more, you were fast asleep, not realizing that when you would wake up next, a drawing of you and the wonderful bright god known as Xylo sat on your bedside, waiting for you. There are actually 2 virtue endings. This is one of them. I'm gonna stop playing The Lover of Me now. I'm pretty sure I'm boring whoever is watching this. Thank you for watching this and have a good day or night.